What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome to another episode of Hanging with the Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's over here, clean shaved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. JD's starting to get a little scraggly.
Dude, you should have left it because we got the storm of the century coming, supposedly.
I know. But so I like to time my beard with my trips because I got to go to Salt Lake next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like my little double chin. So I figure if I'm at home for the week, I'd rather have this. And then when I go on the road, I got a nice little clean beard.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, my beard's terrible though. The only reason why I actually shave it, I can't beard trim it. It's so wiry, it misses, it's just all patchy.
Yeah.
And then at night, my mustache is so wiry, it starts tickling my nose off the pillow. So once it gets to that point, it's a trim.
How long have you ever tried to grow it out long?
I went a month one time, not possible.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks is perfect. About 3 weeks, I have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then a month. And everyone's like, well, you got to get past that stage. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't like it. I don't mind that. I always ran shaved faces until I had 3 chins.
That'd be wild if you grew it out.
Big old Bushman beard.
Yeah.
I don't think mine grows out though. Well,
I probably would.
Yeah, my dad's does. But I've tried once I get to a month, it's just still
But your dad's also is just more bushy. It's real thick. It seems like it's not long.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like a Garland or something where it goes down. It just goes this way. So yeah, I'm
clean. What a wild time, huh? I wonder if Garland ever looks back and he's like, what was I thinking?
Dude, I look back and wonder what he was thinking.
Because he's all clean shaved now, right? Again.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah, that was gnarly. He went a couple of years or something with that.
Yeah.
Thing. Screw that, dude. It's all in your food. Because it sheds after, when it's that long, it falls out. It's gross.
There's a ref in the UFC and he braids his and he tucks it into his shirt. It's so long.
Dude, screw that. I just shave it off. I feel nice today. I feel refreshed.
Yeah, vibrant. Looking clean.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, if I could just get rid of this little piece right there, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah.
Plus, I need to start. I got to actually work out because my beard's turning pretty gray. So it's right now my face looks all white because it's all gray,
Mm-hmm.
So I need to work out and get rid of all of it and just have skin.
Yeah.
Sucks though. It's so much easier just trimming it and then growing it. If you try and clean shape, because you got no facial hair.
Yeah.
So you're just a little probably buzz job and you're good.
Oh yeah.
Mine's I get rash right here.
Yeah,
my face gets hot and irritated when I shave. Sucks, dude.
It is weird.
It is. It stinks.
Yeah. I was gonna bring something up, but I totally forgot.
Yeah, me too.
I wonder if you can take your beard hair and put it on your head.
Oh no, that'd be disgusting. It's so wiry.
That's all right.
No, dude.
But you know how the little transplants?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they could do that.
I don't know.
That would hurt.
Hell yeah, it would hurt.
Your head is one thing, but then you got to do all up on your face too.
Yeah. I'll stick to being bald. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we've already talked about it. It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Since I started losing my hair, and it's now I would be more insecure, taking my hat off, and everyone's like, dude, what the
having hair?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw someone that was bald. And he had hair the other day.
Mm-hmm. Cam Sinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because now he will not do a picture with his hat, with a hat on.
Yeah. And fuck, dude, you pay for that. You pay for whatever he did.
Yeah. But see, to me, he looks weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to it. Mm-hmm. Shit, he looks confident. Now he's getting haircuts and doing it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I almost had a deal through PGA Memes with this company that Brian Urlacher went through. Because he was full bald and he full hair, And Trav's like, yeah, I might work this at, get you a deal in there with me. Because Trav's just got the little thinning. He's not bald at all.
Yeah.
So he wants to just go get the tune up. And back in the day when I lived in Vegas, I looked into it a little bit because I'm before I go bald, maybe I can beat it, And then it never worked out. And now that I'm bald, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be, if I went to get a haircut, I wouldn't even know what to say.
But
Google a picture and be
they could be worse things.
Yeah.
There a topic that came up this past week, I think, Sammy Sosa, he turned white.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a weirdo.
Yeah.
So Derek Jeter was in the press because he was extremely dark. So they're oh, he's doing the opposite of Sammy Sosa. But he's dude, I'm Dominican or whatever he is.
Yeah.
He's I was just out in the sun too much and he got super, super tan. But he looked kind of weird, So, people are resorting to changing their skin color, doing stuff like that. So a hair, if I saw you with, there might be the jokes for the first month, but after a while,
it'd be normal.
Yeah, it'd be normal again.
It's boobs on a girl or something, But I don't really mind it. Like, it's easy, you know. I just shave my head every couple weeks, and I'm gonna, even if I had a full head of hair right now, I'd have a hat or a beanie on.
I mean, I do.
All the time. The only time I ever think about being bald is like when you got to go to a random wedding or something, you don't know anyone. I'm like, oh shit. But then I always tell myself, I'm like, those people don't even know if I'm.
Yeah, don't know you, so they probably think it's normal.
Yeah, so I'm all right. But it's funny because like everyone's always like, dude, bald's sexy, like Jason Statham and shit. I'm like, well, yeah, if you have a 6-pack in your rib, anything can be sexy. When you're kind of getting a little soft, dude, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Dude. So I got to work on it. I'm going to March, I'm going to get my summer body on.
Or you should go like completely like fat.
Whoa, dude, no.
Like a Fat Joe, because he looks good.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying, like, there's like, I don't know if you could be in the middle. You either got to be like, because then you'll like kind of look like a white rapper type deal, and you'll look cool.
I look like Jelly Roll, but bald.
I mean, he's in bad shape.
Yeah, he is, dude.
I'm surprised that guy's alive, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of being alive.
I am.
Freaking Austin Forkner, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
You know, so Supercross happened this weekend, Arlington, Texas. It was the East Coast guys again, coming off their break. Dude, he looked good.
Yeah.
He looked really good, and that's probably one of the worst crashes I've ever seen in Supercross.
Dude, I was pretty hammered that night. That's what we did. It was little Travis' birthday.
Oh, okay.
So we went up to Reno, because he always comes down for all our stuff, you know. So we're like, me and my mom go up there, start drinking at like 10 in the morning. And dude, we get hammered. By the time Soupy's on, I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like, I'm in bad shit. Because with those guys, it's like shots, hammered, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like at home when I'm like hammered or something, it's just like I'm ripping beers. But over the course of a day where it gets me to hammered. This was like escalated. So, I mean, it's fun with those dudes. And it was his day, so we did whatever. But Soupy comes on, dude. I'm like, oh my God. And I remember, and I'm like, oh yeah, Forkner's in the lead. Sick, dude. You know? And all of a sudden they like panned it, and I thought it was fake. Like the way it looked, like he's like doing it like a cartwheel onto the cement, you know. And I'm all, what the hell just happened? Right? Like I had to like rethink about it, you know.
Like sobered you up.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude, that was so violent, dude. Like he's lucky, all things aside, because I mean he landed like pretty much on the back of his neck on the cement, you know, going fast.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, oh, dude, broken back for sure. And then they show him that like he's like up crying, like walking. I'm all,
yeah,
dude, there's no way he didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I was surprised they like let him walk.
That's been the big topic of discussion through all of us this week is like they had the neck brace on him. Like there obviously was some back issues. He did something with a couple vertebrae.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but it's like, dude, they should have probably like backboarded him out of there.
Oh yeah.
But it's also our call too, as far as athletes. Like he knows, you know, if something feels weird or like he's off, he'll.
But dude, I don't think he was even there. Well, so I had a whole like thing I was gonna say about him and stuff. And then he came out with a statement yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
So like he smoked like 40 packs of cigs.
Yeah.
Did you hear his voice, dude? What the heck?
Dude, he was choking up. He was crying. So it sounded like he was out. You know, he said he was out for like 3 or 5 minutes or whatever. So he had no clue what was going on. So at that point, like if the medical, you know, they see you and they're like, damn, dude, he's been out for a while. Obviously, when he comes to, it's not going to be like, he knows what he's doing. Yeah. So it should have been up to them, and they should have put him on a stretcher or something. Yeah,
it's being knocked out is probably the weirdest thing you'll like ever experience in life. I've only had it once real bad. Like I've hit my head a bunch where I stand up and like my legs are a little jello-y. But the one time at Nukes, like I got my helmet on, I was warming up my bike, and all of a sudden like I was getting into an ambo with all my friends around me. That's all I'm like, what the hell? But when I came to, I knew like. They asked my age, like they asked my address, and I actually said this one. I was still living at my Carson house.
Yeah.
But I knew the address at least. So I wasn't like completely dumb. But yeah, it's such a, you know, he probably came out of it. And like our thing is we're so stubborn. Like I do not want to be like stretchered out of anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, because one time I remember I knocked myself out at in Boulder City at Vegas. Not out cold once again, but I was like, oh shit. Like I was like third gear pinned on my 450 and high sided. And it just threw me. It probably looked like Forkner, dude. It felt like my feet went up and I was on my head. Dude, and I get up and I'm like stumbling, dude. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't really know what's going on, you know? And the EMT dude, he's big old dude. Probably could have been in UFC. He comes over to me, gets in my face. He's all, did you knock yourself out? I'm like, no, I'm good. And he looks in my eyes. He's all, if you're fucking lying to me, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm like, dude, I'm fine. Dude. And I get home that night and woke up at like midnight and I'm like wanted to barf. And that's like one of the symptoms. Yeah. I think it throws like your balance or something off. So we're just stubborn.
Yeah.
It's like I could have had freaking bleeding on my brain and whatnot. You know, and my tire hit my I had a big old tire mark right across my chest and it was kind of burning. It's like I could have had internal bleeding. I don't know. And I'm like, I'll be fine. Go home.
For sure.
So
yeah, that was a tough one. And but I kind of think it was like best case scenario for him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't end up pile driving into like the face of another jump at the speed he was going, you know? So yeah, he bounced off the concrete and everything, but he kind of like slid to a stop.
He kind of like Joe Dirted when the oil company dude beats him up. You know, like hits his neck and slides. And I mean, it's going to sound weird to normal people, but that is the best case scenario because like you said, if he like got bucked and goes straight into the jump, like look what happened to Roxon with his arm and shit when he did that, you know, or even worse. I mean, snap your neck legit, you know? So it was best case scenario. I mean, it sounds like he's out for Supercross. He's not out for the year, is he?
Well, from what he made it sound like, I think he's retiring.
He should.
Yeah. If
I was his parents, I'd have a sit down with him.
Dude, that was going to do a role play where I was going to be his dad and you can be him. Yeah. And I was going to tell you what to do. Yeah. But after watching that yesterday, it sounds like he is, and he said it, he's like, I shouldn't even be thinking this stuff right now, but I don't know. But that one was actually really scary. Yeah. And, you know, he said, he woke up in the hospital. Everyone's asking him, dude, are you alive? Are you okay? Or whatever. And he's like, what?
Didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, especially because, you know, he walked out of the hospital. Right. Like, so he broke something in his back, but it's non-surgery. Yeah. And then he broke his scapula. Which is also non-surgery. Yeah. He did say they're going to do more tests just in case there's other things that are like messed up or whatever. But he said like kind of like, what are you guys tripping about? And then he watched the footage and he's like, holy shit. Yeah. And he said that actually really scared him. Yeah. So he's like, dude, I mean, I might be listening to God this time and not. Yeah. You know?
Dude, and like you were saying, I put myself like in a father's shoes, right? And it's like, you know, a crash is going to happen. Like I've crashed, but my career was pretty successful as far as injuries and, you know, not really doing a lot to my body. But it's like when your son has what Forkner's track record is, not being mean, but we've all seen it, right? Yeah. It's like, when's enough, dude? Yeah. It's like, moto is such a weird sport because, you know, like in basketball, you're guaranteed, let's say a Forkner is guaranteed like $20 million, right? That kind of gives you incentive to push. But I guarantee you Forkner with being on Mitch's team, he can't be making more than like 50 grand. Yeah. Mitch is pretty tight, you know, and that's probably why he keeps him on there, like Forkner, because Forkner could win a championship, but he hasn't made it through a whole season in his whole career. Right. So it's like, if you don't win a title and you're just crashing all the time and getting hurt and getting surgeries, it's like, when's enough? Yeah. You know, like it's going to be hard for him to get to that upper echelon of 500, 600 grand, you know, $1 million, like where you can kind of justify it a little bit because there's only a handful of dudes in our sport that really make that kind of money, you know?
Yeah. And it's also his contract year. So yeah, with that track record, I'm sure like everyone's going to be like, dude, even if he was like, I'm coming back. Yeah. I'm sure it's like a hard thing but business is business, right? Yeah. And you can't really be like, dude, I feel bad for you. Yeah. It's like, hey, we got to sign this new guy coming up and he's going to kill it.
Free up space, you know? And it sucks because I can see where Mitch is coming from. I mean, look at how fast he is, dude. Like he wins the one race, so he's gone in that race, you know, but you just like, I guarantee you Mitch is sitting there watching the race, like hand sweating the whole time. Like, when's it going to happen? You know, like it sucks to say it, but.
Well, and it sucks too, because he actually looked like not squirrely. Yeah. You know, he looked so good.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like, he never really looks out of control. Sometimes he does some dumb shit, like when he high-sided down the start straight and like blew out his knee last year, I think. Yeah. That was dumb because he was getting pinched and you should just kind of let off. Yeah. But I mean, when you're watching him ride, it's never, like if you didn't know him at all, right? And you were just watching him, like you didn't know he crashes a lot. You're watching him, you're like, dude, this kid rips.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's not like feet off, like just all over the place. But then it happens. And it's like me and Bubs were actually talking, it's like, why does it always happen to the same people? Like Christian Craig, you know, it's like, the dude is so fast, but something always happens to him, you know? And yeah. So
I will say this, you know, I'm big because that happened, dude. And I was on the couch. I'm all, dude, you fucking bum, retire. But it wasn't out of like that I think he's a bum. Yeah. It was more like frustration because like I've actually grown to like the dude. Yeah. And just watching his like recovery from last year and everything. So I was really pulling for him. Yeah. And that happened. And like, dude, you kind of just saw the whole thing happen. I'm like, there's no way that just happened, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean?
How come it's never like he just washed out in a turn. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's violent when he crashes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never like, because everyone crashes, but it's like, dude, like I said, your hands are sweating when you're watching. You're like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm big on that, like kind of probably faster than most people. And, you know, you could sit there and argue, well, what if he comes back next year or after this injury, comes back, smokes everyone, wins the title, moves up to 450 and wins the title. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, that's a big what if.
Yeah.
But there's also the what if this next crash, like he was saying in his video, he might be paralyzed or he might die.
Yeah.
You know, like those are the also what ifs too. And I know you can't live life like that, but a big thing that he said in his video that, you know, like I'm like, all right, dude, it is time for you to retire. So he was talking about like his contact fell out and he was like blind in one eye basically, and he hasn't gotten LASIK and he can't really get it till like his eyes stop like changing all the time, getting worse to worse. There has to be like, I think at a point where it's just like bad and then they'll do the LASIK on him. Yeah. So that's one issue right there, right? But the other one was, and I didn't know, he said about his left hand, his wrist, so he's had major nerve damage there. Mm-hmm. He's like, he said it's not as strong. Yeah. So it's hard for him to hold. Yeah. That's the hand that blew off.
Yeah, yeah.
So that right there already, it's like, dude, you need your hands.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. Hold on. So if you have nerve damage on a part of your body that needs to be on the bike and it's not as strong as your other limbs, it's probably not a good thing, especially going at the speed he does.
And, you know, like when I crashed in Australia in 2010 and my knee hit the ground, it kind of, I don't know if it broke my kneecap. I just always use that because I don't know how to explain it. But like the inside of my knee from my cap to like the inside of my knee was like a ball. Mm-hmm. Like they had to pop it, drain it, and then a ball up again. I had a scar on it. And to this day, so that's what, 14 years, it's still numb. It like stings to touch it. I can't feel nothing like from the top of my knee to like the middle of my shin at all. So it's like, imagine if that was my hand.
Yeah.
And you can't feel nothing, you know, like, you know, it's there. Like, obviously I know I can touch it and I know I'm touching it, but it's weird. It feels like electricity almost, you know, like a little shock charge when I touch it. I'm like, shit. So it's like anything that, like my knee doesn't matter. All I'm doing is squeezing the bike with that thing. But if I'm like feeling that like anywhere around my hand or something, it's like, dude, your hands are all that really keeps you on that bike.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's like, you know, just take not to the extreme of him, but like me, when I go riding, I get arm pump.
Oh yeah.
Dude, my hands pump up so hard, like I can't even feel my grip. So I don't know if I'm gripping hard or not. Yeah. And that's what makes it hard to ride, right?
Yeah.
So imagine this kid that is going 100 times faster on crazy tracks. Mm-hmm. And he has nerve damage in his hand and he's sitting there admitting like, well, you know, I don't have the best grip strength in it like my right hand.
I can't see and I can't feel, dude. It's like, that's kind of a bad combo for
me. That alone for me, I'd be like, dude, it's probably time to retire.
Yeah. And it's such a hard thing because like, so when I retired, I accomplished everything I wanted. Yeah. Right? Like I can look back on my career and there's not any regrets at all. But for him, he's young still and he knows he's one of the fastest dudes out there.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude. Like he's got a lot of life to live and he's going to think about that every year. Like if he quits this year, you know, like a Will Hahn, you know, he did win a title, but he was kind of the same. He crashed a lot. And, you know, I think Will actually, it seemed like he crashed a lot when he was starting and then it kind of smartened him up. And then he was just kind of your, you know, 5th to 12th place guy in like a 450 class or something. So he moved on. He went to training. He went to team manager. And it's like, Austin's a well-liked dude in our sport, right? So he can get a job, dude. Still be around his friends. Still like, you're not living the normal boring lifestyle. You know, he's not going to work a desk job or something. It's like, still do something, but that's going to be tough for if he does retire. Like, and it's not just him. I mean, there's 4 champions a year, something like that, 5, whatever it is. That's a small group, right? And if Jeff wins 2 titles, then you're even like, it's like your odds of winning the title, like, yes, you're fast, but shit does happen in races, you know, and your odds of winning the whole title is still slim.
Pretty hard, yeah.
Even if you're one of the favorites. So it's like, I don't know, man. I worry about it because I met Forkner when he was like, before he was pro and he was like 15 or 16. Mm-hmm. We did like a Fox, they called them like summits back in the day. Remember that? Where they bring all the athletes in. Dude, I was hammered, dude. Same thing, dude. Me and Hart and Big B and I think Dang was there at that time. We all went to the San Diego bars and just started drinking after like the summit. And then Fox had like a huge dinner for us, dude. And I was so wasted. And it was me, Forkner, and Tyler Bowers because Bowers was kind of like putting him under his wing to come up. Dude, I was saying so much shit. I'm like, dude, Just concentrate on the moto, dude. Don't worry about the chicks and stuff, okay? Don't be falling in love. Like, dude, I was saying all this random. She's all, yeah, dude. Yeah. All like little and quiet. I'm like, what am I doing? Dude?
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm such an idiot. But he was such a cool little kid. And, you know, it sucks. Like, I can't imagine having that kind of talent, knowing I could probably win every race, but I can't stay on the bike.
Yeah.
I don't, because like I said, I hated crashing. So I did everything I could not to crash. Like, I didn't hole shot and just black out and, you know, hand comes flying off. Or something. It was like, I was more calculated, I guess you could say. But
what I will say, from what I gathered from his video post that he released yesterday, it seems like he's kind of like, he's like pretty religious or whatever, and he believes in that. So I hope, like, if he does retire, just the fact of like him knowing, like, dude, I really like avoided probably dying.
Catastrophe.
Yeah. That makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, I wish I could still ride. Yeah. Because some people might do that. They might, you know, retire and be like, dude, my health and my life, and, you know, I just got married and I want to have kids or whatever it is with him. That means so much more to me than winning a Supercross title. Yeah. Or that means way more to me than just even riding a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And I hope that's kind of the road he goes. It seems like maybe
he will.
And there's some other guys that are not like that.
Yeah.
That don't have no faith or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just like straight, like they want, oh man, what could have been? I wish I could have, you know, won more championships or whatever it may be. And that might, you know, that obviously probably sucks.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you, dude, if he does retire, he'll probably sleep a lot better at night, because that's got to be stressful. Every day you ride, you're like, oh, you know, it could happen. So, but like I said, he'll for the rest of his life have just that would have a little bit, right? You always move on. And because I mean, I have small would. I know I just said I'm totally happy, but it's like sometimes I wish I would have tried a little harder in the early days. Because literally, like, heel clicker flips could get you like third place at like a Dew Tour or an X Games.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, just trying to learn real slow, not lazy, and not that I was just, like I said, I was more calculated. Like I'm not feeling it.
I mean, the shit was scary back.
Yeah. So it's like I took things a little more slow, and now I'm like, damn, if I would have just, like Jones, like he really like put his head down, and he was learning like if someone learned a trick, he was learning it right away. Boom, you know, and that's why he got to like the more of like the upper echelon, where I was just kind of like the solid guy. I could go. My good results came from hard courses for the most part.
Yeah,
it wasn't because I was doing some crazy trick that no one's doing, you know. But and back to the retirement thing is like I didn't even crash that much. I didn't get hurt, but like when I retired and people are giving me shit for not riding no more, it's like, dude, I made it out of our sport, a very dangerous sport, riding for over 30 years, and I made it out pretty damn healthy.
Yeah.
2 knees and a shoulder, dude. Like, that's baby shit. You know, there's dudes that freaking tear an ACL, like Miller tore his ACL just snowboarding one day, you know? So it's like, that's pretty common. So I did feel like it, like the last tour I did with Nitro in 2019, I kind of felt like I was starting to flirt with danger a little bit because I wouldn't ride all winter. Because you know, after so many ramp hits, it's like I'm bored of it, you know? So literally like a week before I would take my bike and put it on the truck for Nitro, I would go ride for like 3 days. And then I'd get to the first show and it's like a little windy and I'm just starting to second guess everything, right? And I don't want to hurt my friends. Like if I haven't been practicing, you know, and I do some flip and deck it or something and someone lands on me.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't want to do that. So it kind of like added up on me. And I just, like I said, I didn't know I was retiring. And then I hit the last jump when we were in the UK and I landed and I felt like this like weight off my shoulders. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this no more. Like I've got my bills situated. I've got some retirement situated. If I got to work, you know, I can afford it. So I'm not living some lavish lifestyle where I need to make 10 grand a month, you know? And I was going to take a year off of riding period just to get away from bikes. And then I did that. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to go back now because I could see myself getting hurt worse now than when I was in my prime of my career, just because it's like, I still have the ego. So if I go ride with you at Johnson Lane, I'm still going to want to haul ass everywhere. And that's when you get hurt. It's like when I'm not prepared, I'm not taking it serious. You know, I can't just go out there and coast around. So I just got to that point where I felt super fortunate that I made it through our career, a long career, healthy. And it's like, why push it anymore? You know, there's more to life. Like get to hang out with you guys more, my family more. I'm not traveling all the time. And you know, it's been nice. So there is a positive to it, right? Like Forkner, like I said, he'll always have those what ifs because he was so fast and talented and he had all the opportunities. He never was a privateer. Always had a good ride. He always had one of the best bikes. It's like the opportunities were there, but at some point he's going to be like, man, I can wake up today and just like, I'm at ease. Like I'm not afraid, because his body's already going to hurt. He's gotten hurt every year. So he's going to have some like lingering issues into his 40s, 50s, but like I said, go get an industry job, see all your friends, travel, watch the races. Cause like, I still get excited watching the races, like adrenaline feeling and, like watching opening ceremonies, like you'll still get that feeling. But man, just to not have to worry about eating shit. Cause that was probably his closest one. Like an ACL, high side down to start straight, you can do that. But dude, when you go front flipping onto the freaking concrete and like,
do like a missile too.
Yeah. Like a missile. And he could have landed and slid into the wall, and there's something in the wall that breaks his back or something. We don't know, So I hope he made a decision off of feelings. Obviously it's not even a week old, you know, and obviously you think of stuff a lot different. 2-3 months down the road when he feels healthy again, it could be different, but I just think it's time, dude.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said. He's like, once your body recovers, you don't remember the pain you were in. You don't remember none of that stuff. And then you're just like, well, let me get back on the bike. And then it's like, did you miss that message that from God, since he's all religious? Did I miss that message from God telling me like, hey, maybe this is not for you?
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of like in the right state. Dude, no shame. I don't think anyone would be like, dude, why are you retiring?
No, hell no.
Like you said, he's super fast. He's proven that he's probably one of the best guys in the 250 class, year in, year out. But
God, could you imagine him on a 450?
Dude.
Might be a little more scary too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
might just race a 252 stroke in the 450 class.
No shit. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like I said, if I was a father figure, like I'd be like, yeah, that's enough, kid.
Yep.
I'll do whatever I have to do to help you get on your feet with an industry job or something. But I'm not going to watch this no more.
Yeah. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
What you should do is start taking like speaking classes. And get in the announcing booth. Good looking dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's knowledgeable. He's, he's someone like, Daniel Blair. He's someone that's been there. If he like is explaining something, you're listening.
Yeah.
Like I hate listening to like people that don't do it. Like Dave Coombs used to announce, and it's like, you don't know what you're doing. Like you're amateur out there, like I like hearing from dudes that were like in that moment. And that's why I like doing X Games, because I was out there, like I could tell you what probably is going through their head, how you feel, this and that. It's like, I'm not just some dude that was a super fan, so he's got tons of opportunities, dude. If I was him, I wouldn't even be worried about it. Like, I mean, I got offered a job to work with Fox when I was starting to get towards the end of my career. I didn't want to live in Southern California, so I declined it, but I think he's already maybe down there. I'm not sure, but dude, he's got some, like, look at Will Hahn. He moved on fine. And a lot of like Adam Cianciarillo, he'll move on. He'll probably be in the booth or something, you've got other options. You're a well-liked dude in the industry.
Cianciarillo's coming back this weekend.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, once his time passes, like there's no way he wouldn't be in the industry. He's got good leads
or even, well, I don't know. Cause well, what do you think? Cause, you'll hear about the Honda team last year, how they dominated everything. And a lot of those guys give thanks to Craig Kennard. Craig Kennard's another guy in the same boat where he was super fast and always got hurt. So I didn't really know what he did. But then last year, I'm like, oh, so he was like the bike tester developer over at Honda.
Yeah.
So you think that would be a good move? No. Even though that's still riding?
I think we just keep him off the bike and get him in the industry. Like a trainer or something, something like that. I don't know, something he enjoys. He'll figure it out. He's young, dude. He's got so much life ahead of him. So.
Yeah. So this past weekend, there was that UFC fight in Mexico. Dude.
Did I win?
I don't know. I don't remember who you picked.
Me either. Wasn't it both the same names or something?
Oh yeah, Brandon won.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah.
One of the Brandons won. But no, it was a UFC in Mexico City. I think it was the first card there ever. Sold out, huge arena and everything. Dude, there was a massive brawl in the stands, right?
Oh shit.
And Dana White came out. They asked him about it, and it was funny because he's like, so the brawl started. He's like, oh shit. So he ran over there to see like what. And he's like, dude, no security, no one showed up. So they let it happen. Once they beat the shit out of each other, they all stopped and like cleaned up and
really?
Shit. And he's like, dude, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So that might be a thing. Cause there's like brawls at the Raider game or whatever. And it's always like security get involved and more people start jumping in. It's like, just let them beat the shit out of each other once it's done.
Yeah. Old school, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
The Wild West, you get shot in the middle of the road for talking shit. You better back it up,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, America sucks though, because there's a lawsuit for everything.
Yeah.
So you could start the fight, get the shit kicked out of you. The dude punches you and you fall and hit your head on like the chair, and they could sue the stadium or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's so dumb, but dude, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Dana White was like, dude, I couldn't believe it. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The fight was going on and none of the security guards came over to stop it. And then when the guys were done fighting, it was over.
Huh. They probably just sat down next to each other and kept watching the fight. Yeah. That'd be so weird.
Dude, and then also too, imagine the guys are fighting, right? They're never like the guys are like in shape.
Yeah.
So it's only going to be like a minute and a half fight.
Dude. They're wheezing so hard.
Yeah. And then they're winded.
Yeah.
Fight's over.
And they're probably, let's just be honest, most like me included, probably you, we're not super good fighters. Mm-hmm. So it's like you might get a lick here and there, but it's not like they're going to just destroy like a guy's face in or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Rare occasion it does happen.
Yeah. But usually there's someone there to help them out or whatever. Yeah. So usually there's a couple people fighting. So
it probably wasn't that bad. A little bloody nose, fat lip or something. Clean it up, finish watching.
That's what you got to do, man.
I like that.
It needs to happen more often.
Yeah. A lot of people need to get their ass beat and shut up.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about food real quick.
Oh, I wanted to talk about food. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
First question. Mm-hmm. You show up to an establishment. You've had it before. You like it. You go to the window. It doesn't have an A rating. C rating, perhaps.
Okay.
Are you still going in and eating?
Well, like, give me an example.
Well, so I was at the Cracker Box.
Okay.
Remember, they got a bad rating one time, and your mom told us or something like that. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, because I was watching them cook. I was at the bar area, and I'm like, it's kind of dirty in here.
Yeah.
And they have like one like kitchen burner thing, you know? But it's so good.
God, I know.
So then I'm like, I wonder if I walked up and it said like C, if I just turned back around. I'm like, nah, I ain't eating there.
Yeah. Dude, it's hard. That's a tough one because some of the best food I have had has been from the sketchiest joints you've ever had. Like when you're in Philly, dude, and you go to like those cheesesteak stands, you're like, dude, there's food poisoning all in this. I can tell. And then it's like the best cheesesteak you ever had.
And they're probably paying the food person that comes in and checks the building.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, because I've been to nice restaurants that are terrible too. You know, like so. I don't discriminate.
But it's just that thought of like, all right, someone came in here, checked it, and it wasn't up to par to be an A. Yeah. So it's obviously dirty.
Yeah. Well, that's like there's a bar and grill down in Gardnerville, and it got like really bad reviews and stuff. But dude, every time I get there, like the beer's cold, the food's good. I'm like, maybe it's just a little added flavor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, something else. So we have a huge storm coming this weekend. I think starting tonight. They're saying it's going to be
all
like
weekend.
Blizzard type weather and everything. Yeah. So after the pod, I'm going to hit up the store.
Okay, me too.
Get some food.
Same.
What would be your go-to for this weekend, you think?
I'm doing chili, dude.
Oh, see, I wanted to talk about that.
Thing of chili, yeah.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
And then I did want to mention, like there's two things I consider myself a pretty good cook, you know? Yeah. And I'm more like off of like look and tasting and stuff like that. Like I don't like measurements. So with that being said, I've never been a baker. Like I could probably do it, but I just don't like following the instructions. Yeah. It's like kind of like it's overwhelming to me for some reason, you know? And also like I've never been like a soup person. I like soups, but I never really made a soup.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I was like, should I make a soup this weekend? Some kind of soup or whatever, you know, bad weather out.
Yeah.
Put something in the slow cooker, you know, crock pot or something like that. So I was wondering like what.
Dude, honestly, I like the, I don't even do it just with bad weather, but like the like pot roast, like beef stew type thing. Yeah. You know, like carrots, onions, potatoes, and like the beef shreds in the crock pot. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, so I like that. And then like maybe do a little mashed potatoes with it. Homemade, you know? But yeah, I don't know why I've just been like craving chili, like homemade chili. So I'm actually going to the store after this.
Yeah.
Because plus, dude, that lasts for like a week.
Yeah. What kind of meat are you putting in there?
Well, I'm waiting to hear from my mom because she's super weird. Like I could probably put ground beef in there and she'd never even know, but she would. So if my mom comes, it'll be like turkey burger. That's probably about it. But if I was doing my own, I would probably do like a breakfast sausage, like a hot one. Because this is all the Meat Church recipe. I just look at that, right? He does like a hot breakfast sausage, couple pounds of like ground beef, and then he cubes up some, I don't know, like the pot roast, whatever that, like a chuck roast or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cubes it up small so you get like good bites of like big meat. No beans. I'm not a bean guy in my chili. I'm not a bean dude, really. Period.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what chili is?
No. Well, it's both. I think the meat one's called like Texas chili. Like they say. I think I could be backwards, vice versa, but I think the Texas chili like is no beans.
Yeah, when you get like a chili dog, the real chili dogs are like just meat, right?
Mm-hmm. Usually,
not. I
mean,
beans
it
in there.
just depends on everywhere you go. But yeah, so I'll probably do no beans, but I don't know, dude. Something about shitty weather and cooking is just awesome.
Yeah,
you know, like I like it. There's nothing else to do. It's like I'm not gonna go sit outside and hang out.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Because I'm like, dude, after the pod, I have to go to the store. So what I was thinking, they usually have like already seasoned tri-tips. Mm-hmm. So I get like a tri-tip and then put it in a slow cooker, put some veggies in there, and then just have that.
Oh, so good, dude. That's funny though, because when you walked in this morning, I was on my phone, I was looking at recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because it is, well, it's Nevada, but they're calling for a couple feet down here. Yeah. But like I said, with that being said, it could be a quarter of an inch. With how windy it is right now, it's so gnarly. So,
well, even so, like you said, when the weather is bad, there's nothing better than just staying home and cooking up something and just chilling.
Clean the house up a little bit, get it all ready. What's Daytona's this weekend, I think? Yeah, so have some chili, watch the race. Dude, I might not get out of the PJs all weekend. Sweats, Call of Duty. I'm probably going to get maybe some high noons as well. I'm kind of beard out, so I might do some high noons because with the duty. How hard was I laughing the other night?
Dude, I got so many messages from posting that on Instagram.
Dude.
That was so funny.
Arlie, Derek Berlew's wife, she's like, you guys are dorks. I'm like, well, no shit.
She wrote me. She's like, those guys are so dumb.
Yeah, so dumb. Dude, and the weird thing is, I was pretty buzzed, but I don't even recall what started it. But like I said, once Jay starts laughing, I can't control it.
Well, dude, to finish the food thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I might, just kind of go with the tri-tip. We'll see if I get a little kinky once I get in the store. But that's my problem. Like, I don't look up recipes. Yeah. So I kind of go off like just the top of my head, what I can think of. And then, I don't know, but I would like to do some kind of soup. I think would be dope.
Those are so easy too, dude. Like the thing that's cool about cooking, because I like when people ask me, they're, how'd you make that? I'm like, dude, I go on Google, get like a rough or Instagram or whatever. I get a rough idea, and then it's like whatever I like. Yeah. Right. You can switch meats out. You can switch different types of noodles, whatever you want, dude. And it's not like I'm sitting there like I'm like you. I don't like play by play it. I just need to know the base. Like for chili, I'm more worried about the amount of like crushed tomatoes, diced tomato to make the like broth of it. Basically, the meats are easy. It's like throw whatever you want in there. It all just seasons in with the meat, broth, anyways. So that's what's fun about cooking.
I might do chili.
Yeah,
like a little batch.
Yeah,
a little batch of that, and then some tri-tip, and then you can make that into like a stew with mashed potatoes or a sandwich or tacos or something later.
Dude, the other day there was like a chuck roast on sale. And so I just bought it and I was like, I'm going to make like shredded beef tacos. So I did the crock pot all day. And dude, that was like easy. It's just basically seasonings, like beef broth. I do those chipotle peppers in there.
Yeah.
Freaking hot. But it was cool, dude, because I had a big old bowl of it. I'm by myself. So I had like tacos 2 nights. And then one day the other day, I'm like, screw it, dude. So I like scrambled up a bunch of eggs. Yeah. And then put some of that in there and like cheese and onion. Oh my God, it's so good. Dude, and then I drank a couple beers though. Gnarliest indigestion. Just flaming burps, dude.
Dude, I haven't had heartburn since like October.
So lucky, dude. I still get it pretty bad.
It was funny actually. The other day, I ate something, dude, and like instantly, I felt like that sensation. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I ain't doing that no more. Yeah. Like I don't even remember what it was. I told Heather, and I'm like, dude, I got instant like heartburn for like a second from eating that. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not doing that again,
dude. It's the weirdest shit ever. I don't get it because, like, I eat steaks all the time. Let's say I bought that chuck roast and I just barbecued it, cut it up, ate it, right? I'm fine. But it's like all I did was slow cook it, turn it into shredded beef, and then those peppers. But I put hot stuff on everything. Dude, and I ate it and I was like indigestion, super bad. It's like the shredded beef doesn't digest the same as like just eating. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Because every time I do something like that, you can tell it's kind of like more rich. Indigestion and heartburn. Yeah. Bad. But I'm also throwing like 8 beers on it. So that's a little bit of I got to do some testing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to get in the lab, dude.
I got to, bad.
Test it.
Heartburn's the only thing that kills me.
Dude.
I'm pretty fortunate other than that, but that shit gets me bad.
Yeah. It does suck.
Yeah. One night, dude, my mom made chicken tacos and I was doing beers all day. Dude, I had heartburn so bad, like I thought I was gonna throw up. Like it was like right here. I couldn't like every beer. I take a drink of beer, dude. It was like right there.
You ever hear that pickle juice takes that away?
Yeah. Peppercini, pickle juice. Yeah, it helps a little.
You figure it'd give it more.
That's what I thought.
Make it more.
Zevi actually told me that one. I think we used peppercini juice one night though, and I chugged it, dude, like it was a beer. So gross.
There's this band from Nashville, Llorona. They fired their lead singer because he was drugging one of the band members. Did you hear about that? So this band, they posted on their Instagram. So the lead singer, I think his name is just Benjamin, or Diego, actually. I was way off.
Okay, you're not even close.
Yeah. So, dude, the dude would get, I guess he probably worked at a nutrition shop. So he'd get pre-workout and he'd hook up his band members or whatever. And he would give it to like one of the band members. They didn't say who it was. But dude, he was lacing it with estrogen.
Whoa. I did hear something about that.
Yeah, like a shitload of estrogen.
Yeah.
So he was doing that because he was like in love with the dude's girlfriend or fiance or whatever. Yeah. So he was trying to like get with her.
Yeah.
So his like idea was, let me fill this guy up with estrogen. He doesn't know. He's going to turn kind of like feminine and all that. His chick's not going to like him. Be like, what the hell's going on with this guy? And then when she see like me, I'm a bad dude.
Yeah.
So she'll want me and I'll steal her.
I did read that.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
So, and I guess the dude got all hammered one night and like said it. And then once it came out, then he like texted all the guys and was like, yeah, I was doing this, whatever.
What the hell?
But they were saying like, you know, the other guy has like thousands of dollars worth of medical bills because he was going to the doctor being like, dude, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what's going on.
Right, yeah.
You know, the guy was like ingesting.
Starting to grow tits.
Yeah, shitload of estrogen.
Yeah. Gnarly, dude. What the hell's wrong with people? God. I mean, lacing stuff, that's been, you know, the time old tale, but estrogen to like change the dude, that's so weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's, yeah, like, hell? I wonder where, I mean, he had to have seen that on the internet somewhere to be like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Or maybe he's had a conversation with the dude's girlfriend and she's like, oh, I hate feminine dudes.
Yeah.
You know, something.
Yeah, so a little light bulb goes off. He's like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I wish my dude was a little bit like more tough or something like that. And then he's like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
He's not going to be. He's going to be a female.
He's going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's crazy.
God, people are so weird. I'm glad, like, I'm an immature little degenerate, but I'm glad I'm fairly normal in the grand scale of life. You know what I mean? Beers, golf, hang with my dog, my friends, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need to do no weird shit.
Yeah.
Just keep me normal.
And that's, like, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that he didn't do something else, like try to kill the dude.
Right.
To, like, be with the chick, but obviously that probably wouldn't work either. Cause
shit,
like,
the way he did it's almost more embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's also, like, long.
Yeah.
Like if he's so infatuated with her, that's a long process.
Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yeah,
that would never even cross my mind.
Do you think? Because I haven't heard anything, but do you think that like he can get in trouble, like legal? Because it's not like,
I don't know, because like the whole transgender thing is so like normal now. Mm-hmm. It's probably not like.
No, but he's like lacing someone. He's giving something to someone, and they don't know.
I can see a little bit of trouble, fines, maybe a little bit of jail time, but nothing like.
But then also, it's not like an illegal substance.
Yeah, so I don't think so.
That's like me putting creatine in your beers. And I'm like, yeah, I just wanted him to get all jacked.
Yeah. Dude, put Rogaine in my beers, dude. All of a sudden I start growing hair. I wouldn't see you, though. I'd be like, this is sick. Yeah. Thanks. Good friend.
You know, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah, super weird. I don't even know how to go about that one, honestly.
Yeah. Dumbass. It'd be even worse if it was like a huge band.
Mm-hmm. Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica. Yeah. Hetfield's all like lacing someone's shit.
Yeah.
Then he gets kicked out of the band for that.
Oh, man, that would suck. I would never look at him the same.
Yeah. A good candidate for fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You know. A woman loses $108K disability case after being spotted in a tree throwing contest.
Dude, I saw that too.
You saw that?
Yeah.
So, this chick from Ireland. So I guess in 2017, she got in a car accident. And she was trying to get disability from the insurance or whatever, and they weren't like giving it to her. So I think she ended up suing the insurance, saying that she couldn't work. And then also it was so bad that she could barely like pick up her little kid. Yeah. And also couldn't do chores around the house and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds just like lazy, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Typical.
Yeah. So she was suing him, and she had a $800,000 case going, and it looked like it was actually going to be awarded to her.
Yeah.
Until the judge a year later found that there was like this article, and she had won this Christmas tree throwing contest.
Yeah.
So she threw like a tree like 5 feet.
Yeah.
And then he deemed it like, dude, if you're physically disabled to even like pick up your own child, how can you pick up a tree and throw it and then win?
Yeah.
You know, out of all the women that showed up, she won.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be on the newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, so the judge saw that, so she lost the whole case.
Good. Now she can go back to work.
Yeah.
Freaking idiot.
I love it.
Yeah. Stuff like that I don't feel bad for.
Yeah.
Trying to take advantage of this because we're the ones that pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Not so much in the UK or whatever, but you know, in general, that happens all the time.
It does make me feel happy that it happened though, and it was in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's something people here do.
Yeah.
So you don't really think of people somewhere else doing that because they got different laws, or you know, people might not be as lazy as certain people. But no, it happens everywhere.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
it's worldwide.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's only getting worse. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she saw a golden ticket there. Like, hey, I'm not gonna work. Why do I need to work for? I'm just gonna get this money.
Yeah, let me go to a public event and throw a tree. Yeah. Newspapers there.
She was living life, dude. Yeah. She was like, dude, I'm about to get this $800K.
You know what would have been scary is like, let's say she got the $800K and then started spending all of it like most people do. Ooh. And then got busted with the Christmas tree and they made her pay it back.
That's and more.
When it gets sketchy.
Yeah.
So she kind of actually lucked out.
That kind of would have been actually cooler.
Yeah, it would have been for us. Yeah. For her, not good. Yeah.
Idiot.
Freaking morons, dude. So my last topic, back to the food, is you know how everything in the world now is misinformation? Mm-hmm. Dude, when can we just get 100% truth?
Never.
Because, right, there's keto diet, carnivore diet, vegan, all these diets, and every one of them, like eggs are bad for you. Mm-hmm. Eggs are super good for you. They're one of the best foods you can eat. You know, red meat's bad for you. Red meat's one of the best foods. You know, kale is like a superfood. It's like, and then, you know, like on my side, because I don't really like vegetables, period. They're like, well, you know, kale and spinach like holds the most like pesticides through the roots and stuff, right? So when you eat it, it's like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, then that makes sense. And then someone's all, yeah, but if you don't get grass-fed steak, then you're getting this, you know, they're doing this and this, and you're getting this disease or something. I'm like, damn it, dude, can we just get like an honest diet truth? Like,
yeah, well,
I hate that shit. Like Instagram bugs me so bad.
Yeah, with that being said, I think there has to be different departments and levels. Because, you know, the people that are talking about spinach and all that, like, yeah, I'm sure it's like probably the best stuff you can eat.
Yeah.
But then they're also, like you said, it makes sense with the pesticide stuff, right? Yeah. So there has to be like different departments that monitors that. Like, yes, it is the best, but if you're getting, because that's kind of like where I was with the meat stuff that it has to be pastured. Yeah. Because if it's not pastured, like free range pastured stuff, they're eating grains, and those grains are sprayed with pesticides and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and even if they're in a shitty pasture, right? Like not a good like grass or, you know, whatever, what do they call it, rumnant or something like that. Then the shit that they're eating is probably the same shit that's sprayed. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what's so hard about it is like just trying to like, cause everything you figure out, you're like, oh God, this is bad. You know, like, cause I love paying attention to food. Don't judge me by my body, but you know, trying to do the right thing. And I've always told you like, you know, I did vegan for a month just to try it. And dude, I was tired every single day. Yeah. And a lot of vegans are like, well, that's your body detoxing the bad shit out. And I'm like, okay. But then now when I went to this carnivore diet where, you know, steaks, eggs, berries, avocados, like all this stuff, dude, I've never like felt any kind of weird symptom. I'm like juiced all the time.
From the very beginning. From the very beginning,
every day, you know, and like I get hungry like super quick, which I always think that's a good sign. Like your body's using what you're putting in it, you know? So it's like, I've just tested and that's where I've gotten to my diet. And that's why I stopped eating fast food, honestly, is because it would be so good, but I'd eat it and then I'd be like on a couch coma. I'm like, I feel like shit right away, you know, like half hour later. So I've always been super curious about the way my body reacts to stuff, right? Yeah. Like if I eat pizza all hammered after golf or something, so good. And then I feel so shitty. And even like the next morning, you're like hungover, like, like I had beers last night, but I ate at home all day yesterday. So I feel all right. But like pizza, wings, and a bunch of beers the next morning, I'm just like, oh God, I feel like shit.
Dude, I don't know if I told you this. I might have, but since I've been like on my lifestyle change, I've never really cared about pizza, right? Yeah. Like it's good. Yeah. But I've never really cared. Yeah. There's other foods that I'm like, dude, I really want that or something. Yeah. Dude, ever since then, all I crave is pizza. It's so weird.
It's so hard, dude. Yeah, like I'm with you. Like, I mean, I love pizza, but it's not something where I'm like every day I need to have it, you know?
Yeah, like the Barstool guy, like how he eats pizza every day.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No.
But ever since I've been doing this, I'm like, so I will say, you know, I think people just need to be more conscious. I posted a thing I like retweeted or reposted a reel, and it was a guy like about to like eat something for breakfast. And he like gets a bowl of oats or something, and then it was a video of some guy saying oats are the worst thing.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, shit, put it to the side, and then he gets some eggs.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, this is why eggs are killing you.
Yeah.
And he's like, God. So eventually he's like, dude, what am I gonna eat? You know,
I saw the same thing, and that's how I feel because, you know, like in my moto career, like we were raised to think like oatmeal is the best thing for you, and it was, dude, because it's like an instant fuel. And I'm talking to like trainers and Supercross and shit back in the day, right? And their oatmeal is one of those like, I can't remember what it is, but like the second you eat it, like you could eat a huge bowl of oatmeal and go run and not have any issues, right? Like if I eat eggs and bacon and stuff, I've tried to like go mountain biking right after and I almost throw up because your body hasn't like processed the proteins and digested it, you know? So I ate oatmeal a shitload, and, you know, and what sucks is these people are very good at explaining why it's bad for you. So then I'm like, okay, so.
Yeah, it all makes sense. So.
But that's what I want to know. Like what is right? Because our ancestors grew up on, you know, like meat, eggs, you know, like stuff grown in your garden and stuff. So it's like, that's where I kind of believe that style, like carnivore diet a little more. But then it's like, you know, is the red meat at Rayleigh's good? Like, is a steak good there? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It can say grass fed on it, but doesn't, I don't know what it means.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like the book I was reading said like how a lot of these healthy companies deceive you by putting grass fed on it. So you're like, oh, cool. But like, they're not really, because they could put that on the label, but that doesn't mean they have to put the other shit on there that they're really like not putting on the label. Right. So it says like grass fed or free range, but free range and they're still eating shit. So that's why like pastured eggs and all that, those are like actually like supposedly the best kind you can get. So, but a lot of these companies they hide behind certain words, and those words don't mean what we think they mean. Right. So, I think the most important thing is like what you said, like crying things out and seeing how they make you feel. Like I said, I ate something and then instantly I felt like something in my chest. I'm like, dude, I haven't heartburn since like October, so a long ass time. So I'm like, all right, so I'm not eating that no more. That, you know, that's going to be an issue for me. So if you could start figuring that stuff out for yourself. So I actually go to like a doctor that's like a dietitian. So she has me on a program and stuff like that. Do that. Like for some people, like do that, because it's very important to check everything in your body and like how much muscle and how much fat you have in your body, what you should be eating and stuff like that. But then also like knowing what's good for you.
I remember watching a thing listening to a thing a long time ago. I think it was Dungy. Don't quote me on this, but he eats lean as hell, right? Healthy dude, exercises, but I think it was either chicken or salmon, one of the two. He kept eating and he's just like, man, I just don't have like the next level energy. Like I'm missing a step, you know? And he actually went to like a nutritionist, like / allergy person, and his body like couldn't break down the chicken or salmon. Like he's almost like kind of allergic to it. Not like breaking out allergic, just like it didn't agree with his system. So he took that out and said he was like an animal after that. So that's what's a trip is like.
Well, yeah, that's what's nowadays the popular stuff is to get tested. One of the homies' wife, not that long ago, we went to their house and I think she's big on kind of like carnivore stuff too or whatever. And she's like, dude, I just got a test. And I don't remember exactly what she said, but like a test. And it turns out like red meat's not good for me. Like my body don't know how to break it down. So I'm not allowed to eat red meat for like 6 weeks to see how that changes her. And I'm like, damn. So that's the thing. Like you might, you know, people are like, oh, the carnivore diet, but maybe your body doesn't break it down good.
And you know what's a trip is, I don't know how, once again, dude, we're never going to know what's right and wrong, but I never knew my blood type. Like my mom like didn't get it done when I was a kid. So like we all went, got our blood types done, and I was like O positive, like the most common one. And my mom was like actually like A positive. So we started like looking it up because back then, this was like 10 years ago, and that, you know, the blood type diet started coming out. And I actually read that O positive, I guess we have like more stomach acidity, which makes sense with my heartburn and shit, right? But like we're meant to eat more red meats and stuff because our stomach's so acidic, it'll like break it down.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I was like supposed to stay away from like orange juices and stuff that are like already acid, right? And then my mom, she's A, so she is meant to be more vegan and stuff because her body has a harder time breaking down, you know, meats and fats and stuff. So that's why I think, I mean, like I said, could be bullshit, could be gimmick. I don't know, but I have noticed that just like steak, eggs, you know, that kind of stuff, I feel pretty good on it. And my body does digest it. Like I do like a hamburger patty, eggs, half of an avocado, and a thing of berries. And then I get to the golf course like an hour later and I'm starving.
Yeah.
It's like my body like burnt through, but I have energy. Like I'm not like lethargic starving, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I stick to it.
Yeah. That's what Jones was just telling me yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I eat, and exactly that. He's like, for breakfast, I eat this. He's like, dude, I'm so hungry.
Yeah. It's gnarly, dude.
And he's so then I can go and eat like really bad.
Yeah.
And I'll get like full, but like I could eat a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Dude.
It's like,
and like, once again, not knowing anything, but like when I do a lot of like, if I do like a spinach salad, I will shit my pants.
Yeah.
Not to gross people out, but like, and I'm talking like as I'm eating it. And I actually read a thing like for some people's stomachs, like raw vegetable, like raw greens and like the cruciferous, whatever, like broccolis and like raw, it's like super hard on our guts. So they say like what I'm feeling is like actually disrupting like my digestion. It's trying to get it out. But it could be that there's bad shit in there and it's a good fiber push. I don't know, you know? So that's where I just wish, you know, with all this stupid misinformation shit, I wish someone would just come out and be like, this is the model you should go by, right?
I think the best thing is like just spending the money and getting those tests done just to see what your body, and then going from there and actually doing like the diet that you should.
Yeah.
And if you feel great, then I think that should be exactly what you eat.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I don't really feel that much different, then it's like, well, because some people fucking drink a Dr. Pepper every single day for the whole life, and they live till they're 100.
Yeah.
Eat bacon every single day for 50 years.
They're fine. Yeah. Every human body is different. And I think like me and Bubs always get all buzzed up and talk about it, but that is what's cool about us testing, right? Like I'm not shitting, dude. When I did straight vegan, I was like so tired all day, every day. And I didn't do it for any purpose, just as far as like, I thought, you know, a lot of vegetables and fruits and stuff would be super good for me. And dude, I like couldn't snap out of it. I'm like, dude, what the shit my pants all the time, tired all the time. I'm like, what the hell, dude? And so it's like, it's just weird how bodies work, you know, like, cause my mom's, she's not full vegan, but like her main meals are like salads and beans and stuff. And then, you know, she'll have a little bit of pork here and there. She doesn't like red meat at all. And she's juiced. So like, that's what made me kind of think the blood type thing maybe is right.
Yeah.
You know, because if I do what she does, I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, but.
Well, for me, like my body has a hard time breaking down sugars, like carbs. So I'm not supposed to eat any fruit.
Yeah.
I haven't had a piece of fruit forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love fruit.
Fruit's so good.
But that's the thing. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
It might be, but for me, it's not, because like my body like holds onto those carbs and everything, that sugar, like more than the regular person.
Yeah.
So, you know, having a banana, like my lady told me, she's like, having a banana in the morning, like as your breakfast, she's like, that's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay.
I mean, yeah.
A year being a banana, sometimes we're not.
Oh man, so good. The one thing I've really noticed, and is why I don't eat, is bread. Bread jacks me
so
up.
Good. That's why I want pizza.
Huh?
That's why I want pizza all the time.
Yeah. So like when we go to like Sub Base or I do Jersey Mike's or something, dude, I am like, it doesn't go away from like the middle of my chest for like hours.
I had Jersey Mike's for the first time ever yesterday with Jones.
Good, dude. Reno?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Chicken Philly.
Oh, did you?
So good.
That's probably why I feel weird too, is because I get like the Italian. So it's just like all this processed meat on it. But yeah, it's weird. Like, you know, at breakfast, I never get toast or nothing because bread sticks in my chest a lot. And so I don't eat a whole lot of bread.
But see, you're doing good, because that's the thing. I think some people like might notice certain things and they just ignore it because they like it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, bread is so good.
Yeah.
So if you can control yourself and you're like, nah, You're doing way better than most people.
Yeah, I would rather not feel like shit than have the 5 minutes of good flavor.
Yeah.
You know? And I still do, like, if we went to Sub Base right now, when was the last time we went there? Like a year ago, probably, or something?
A while ago.
I'll do it here and there, and I'll have pizza here and there. But it's like, if I'm just eating at home, I don't ever buy like a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't buy frozen pizzas or whatever. It's more of like a treat here and there because I know what's going to happen. And dude, I swear that's why I can handle so much beer, because I don't have all the other processed shit in there that fucks me up.
What if you went to your doctor and they're like, dude, beer, it ain't it?
Oh, I know they would. I actually went to a health chick one time, though. No lie. And I was talking to her, and I don't want to describe what kind of health chick she is because it's kind of gross, but she was talking about livers, right? And she's like, I'm like, dude, I drink a lot of Coors Lights. Like, I can probably average like 14 a day. But then I have like my 4 days off. All I do is water. Like, besides yerba, I just drink like mixed water, you know? And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to say that it's good for you because that's stupid. It's not good for you. But she's like, it is not as hard on your liver as you would think. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no shit. And she's all the 3 hardest things is stress is super bad for your liver. Mm. And then she's all prescription pills are like the liver killer, and then hard alcohol. So like when you have a dude that's doing a handle of vodka and some Vicodin a day, that's a recipe for disaster for the liver.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, but she's like, calm down on the Coors Lights because they're not good for you. But she's like, it's not as bad as you would think. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, shit, you shouldn't have said that, lady.
But see, that's the thing, because you went to that, like my doctor, so my sugars were so high. She's like, I think every time I've seen her, she said this. I want to be able, bitch, I don't drink, you know?
Yeah.
But this last time I went, and she's like, oh, dude, your levels are all normal. You're great, blah, blah, blah. She's like, but don't start drinking only because you're doing good. I don't drink.
I don't drink.
She's like, oh, okay. So later on, we're talking about something, and then she's like, so if you are going to drink, you know, like, dude, vodka, because vodka is like
distilled.
Pure and stuff like that. It's not going to mess with your sugar levels or anything like that. Don't be doing beer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't drink.
Damn it.
You know, like I told Heather, because Heather went with me, and I'm like, dude, they really think I drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't drink. I don't do anything.
Yeah. And your chick is right as well, because the same chick said the thing with Coors Light's like sugar and carbs.
Yeah.
Right. It is in there. So that's where it's bad for you. Mm-hmm. But she said, like, do like a vodka soda with like lime in it.
Yeah.
Dude, me and my mom did that for like 2 weeks, dude. And we were so fucked up. I couldn't even get off the bar stool. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go back to beers.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But what I meant by that, it's like the vodka itself is probably better, but like the dudes that drink it all day. Every day. Like one of my buddies, dude, like Handle, you know, he'll have like a small Gatorade and he'll go through the whole vodka and barely that small Gatorade is his mixer.
Yeah. And
then you start adding like any kind of like even aspirin or ibuprofen or, you know, harder pills. And she said that's just a recipe for disaster. So,
dude, I had a buddy that like 2 years ago now, he would drink like Maker's Mark whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. All the time, like a lot. He fucking died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
You got everything in life.
But
and then you.
Once again, back to how dumb human bodies are, is we have a buddy that had like drinks like Fireball and beers all day, smokes cigarettes, doesn't eat worth a shit. And he's like, got to be pushing 50 almost. And he's done this for decades.
Yeah.
This isn't like he just started. Like since I've known him, he's chain smoked. He said him and his friend or something one time dusted like a handle of Fireball before like 10 a.m. And then beers all day. Yeah. And he's fine. Well, we don't know if he's fine, but he's still alive, you know? So
that's what weirds me out, because now that I'm all like health conscious and I, you know, I see all this stuff and like I can read what the doctors give you and like all that kind of stuff. I like look at certain people. I'm like, there's no way you're healthy.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
And the biggest issue is that people don't know. Yeah. The information is not out there.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, and like you said, some people just do not care.
Yeah, that's
like when I eat bread, my body feels like shit. I'm like, okay, something's wrong there. You know, that I'm probably one of the 1% gifted that Coors Light doesn't affect me super. But I swear it's because I do everything on the back end better. Like even if I'm on a bender, I'm still pretty good at getting like almost a gallon of water in. You know, first thing in the morning before I go to bed, and so it's not like I'm just constantly like punishing my body. And I talk a lot about drinking, but like I said, midweek usually it's water and eating at home and, you know, like watching myself, because I still have a conscience.
Yeah.
Because like Bubs is always like, dude, you don't have nothing to do. You don't feel bad. I don't get why you even like want to take a day off. I'm like, it's like the two things on my shoulder, you know, like every once in a while, this one's like, dude, you're going a little heavy. Let's clean it up, you know? So I do like that. And, I don't like hard alcohol at all, really, like Jack and Cokes, none of that shit. Like I'll do a Fireball here and there, but even if it's like 3 or 4 of those things and I feel like shit, you know? So I definitely like, I've always said, like when I post a beer on my Instagram, someone's like, dude, you drink a lot. And I'm like, okay, let me post a bottle of water every time I drink it. Here's my water jug, dude. It's all good to go. Yeah. Dude. Smashing, you know, it's like.
You should do that for like a week. See what people say.
I would surprise people. Yeah. So I like to act like a degenerate, but I still definitely pay attention to myself, you know, and take tons of vitamins. And, you know, like my water has lemon, vitamin C, and like a little pinch of salt in it every day. It's like, I'm always trying to like research. And that's why I get all pissed at Instagrams because, you know, this one dude's all, you sweat salt, you cry, your tears are salt, everything's salt. So you need to add a good clean, not like a table salt, but like I use Celtic. Got to add this in your water to replace. It's like an electrolyte. I'm like, yeah, electrolytes. I get that. And then some chick will be all, if you're using this much salt, like you're totally going to like die. And I'm like, what is right, dude? Jesus.
And I guess to end it on that note, what I just saw was some guy talking about that. They're like, don't use pink Himalayan salt. A lot of the brands are putting it out there. There's a lot of like lead in it. Dude.
That's what I'm telling you.
And then they're like, but if you're going to do it, I guess you could do it. But Celtic salt is the best. Use, and then he was like, but what I use is this one. And you can get it on my code. And I'm like, well, what is it?
Yeah.
Use your code or get Celtic salt. That's like $60 for a little thing. Or can I use my Himalayan salt?
Yeah.
Like
that's what I was saying about the misinformation. And I hate when dudes do that on Instagram. They're all, this salt's bad for you. But if you get this one 15%,
well, this guy was on a fucking podcast and he's like a legit guy that everyone listens to. And it's like,
what is right, dude? We'll never know.
So I cook with pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, should I not cook with it? Because supposedly it has a lot of lead in it.
Who knows?
It's like, dude.
Who freaking knows? So that's what I'm saying. I just want to get to the bottom of like what is right. Yeah. It would be so nice.
There's a shop in Reno that has a guy that kind of that does all the fitness stuff and everything, and they do like testing and stuff. I'll try and get him on the show.
Yeah.
So we can pick his brain.
Yeah, just to understand. Because I will say, like, I've noticed and I'm talking a pinch of salt. I don't freaking dump it in there. Pinch of salt, lemon, my vitamin C, dude. Knock on wood, haven't been sick in like 6 years. I do feel like, because I felt like I wasn't retaining water ever when I just drink my bottle of water. And now I actually feel like I'm like rehydrating. I'm not pissing every 2 seconds. You know, it's kind of like staying in my body more. And I'm like, once again, I'm just testing. I'll probably have high blood pressure next week.
Because all the salt.
Yeah.
Well, hope everyone stays safe out there in our area at least.
Stock up. Yeah. The storm's coming.
Let us know if you guys are cooking anything good this weekend. If we're trapped in the snow, then maybe we'll cook something else up.
Yeah. We'll post videos, photos, all that.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for hanging with the boys. My name's Jorge.
I'm Mike.
That's Mike over there. We'll see you guys next week.
Until next time. Peace.